Hello and welcome to Trader Hindsight. The trade of the week this week was Intercontinental Hotel Groups, IHG for short. I'm going to talk you through that trade, through their chart, so I'll just open their chart now. Taking a second. Okay, looking at their daily chart, you can see that they've been moving up since their lows in March, very similar to what the indices have been doing, like the FTSE 100 or the Dow Jones or S&P. But we're going to be trading their interim results, so we're going to need to look at a chart with a much shorter time frame. I'll choose a 5-minute time frame. You can choose a 1 minute, 2 minute, 10 minute, 15 minute if you want. Their results were out on the morning of Tuesday the 11th of August, around about here, and then the results came out at 7 AM, which was before the market opens, which is standard for UK companies to release before the market opens. So there's two ways you can trade. You can put on the trade beforehand, before the results, cross your fingers, hope they go your way, cross your toes and pray, or you can put on the trade afterwards. Putting it on before is a bit risky, because anything can happen. It can move 10-15%. You could be in a lot of trouble, or you could be very lucky and buying a new Aston Martin. It's a lottery. So I tend to trade after the results. I'll just center it up here. Just because I'm trading after the results are released doesn't mean I can't do a bit of analysis beforehand and get a kind of feel for which way I want to trade. Now, when I'm looking at IHG's chart here, I can see on Monday the 10th that there was a strong upward move. Market analysts seem to have been pricing in that the results on Tuesday morning were going to be quite good. You can clearly see that in the move. But come late Monday evening, I noticed that there was an RSI bearish divergence signal. You can see that here if I just do it here, do it on the chart, and use the relative strength index, a very popular technical indicator. And you can see there that the higher highs on for the price were not being matched by higher highs on the RSI. In other words, while the price was sloping up, the RSI was sloping down. So it kind of led me to the short side for a trade, but I needed confirmation of that. I didn't want to put on a short trade just on the back of that, because the results could have been amazing and then I would have been in a lot of trouble. So I waited for the results on Tuesday morning, and for me, they came out pretty poor. Pre-tax loss, few signs of recovery in the sector. Might take a couple of years to recover. You know, it was quite bearish for me when the market was expecting something more upbeat. So I was looking to put on a short trade, and that was good enough for me. I tend to wait for the market to calm down a little bit, so I waited till about 15 minutes after the opening before I put on my trade. So I put on my trade at around about 8:15. Now, just as important as deciding whether to go short or long, I went short there, is where to put the stop loss and where to put the limit order. And choosing a stop loss, it can be tricky. We have a few blogs on it on the Paddy Power Trader website, but it's difficult, and if you get it right, you can be a very profitable trader. If you get it wrong, you may not be. When trading company releases, often a good stop loss level is to put it where the price closed the previous day. That would have been around about here, around the 754 level. So I would have got in at around about 745 with a stop loss at 754. For me, that's quite tight, because I'm not a very short-term day trader. So I was looking for a wider stop loss than that. So I chose the higher high on the previous day, the high of the previous day, which is around about the 767 level. For the limit, you can choose a really low limit, hoping that the bearish results would result in the company's share price falling and continuing to fall and fall further until there's some good news. That's if you're a medium-term trader. It's a good strategy, you know. You can build positions if you do that too, and you can be very profitable. I would be a shorter-term trader than that, so I was looking at a tighter limit order than that. I chose an area here, around about here, where there was lows where the price was where the market was trading on the previous Friday. That was around about the 727 level where I chose there. Now, as for the action, the outcome, what happened after I got into my trade, which is the really important part for a trader, um, where emotions and psychological factors come in big time. This trade did not go well for me initially. As we can see here, the price started to move up nearly immediately after I went short. And this is a disaster, and it's very worrying, and it takes a lot of courage and mental strength to stay in your trade and hold on. Now, a lot of times professional traders would actually close out if they saw a move like this. So, if you do close out and you do take a loss and subsequently see the market fall apart and fall down, don't get too discouraged, because a lot of traders would have done that too, would have closed out if they'd seen an upward move like that. Now in this case for me, I stuck to my guns because my stop was up here, stuck by my stop. So I stayed short, and the market indecisively did move down at half 10, hitting my stop my limit order at around about just after 2 o'clock. Um, so making good profit for me there on that trade. Doesn't always work that well. I may have closed out here on other occasions. It's all about controlling your emotions, staying psychologically strong. It's a huge factor in trading to not close out there and to stay true to your initial reasoning. And you can see you can reap the rewards if you're able to do that. If I was a medium term trader, I may have held on for longer, because as you can see here, there's a bit of momentum in the downward price movements. And IHG then subsequently in later days did continue to fall. So you see it's a good market to trade from their results. And that is the trade of the week for this week. Join us again next week. Thanks very much.